What happens when two women
from opposite sides of the world
come together for one purpose?
Very much sisterhood.
Very much becoming
The Very Much Podcast.
Welcome back to the Very Much Podcast.
I know y'all been feeling the intro because I've been feeling the
I've been
intro.
feeling it, playing it, memorizing it. Like, y'all need to be saying it while it's playing.
Serious, because what happens when two women
from across the world
come together? I cannot.
For one purpose.
Seriously, it does give the Very Much girls. So we're so excited to be back with another episode.
Yes.
I know y'all miss us. We miss you. And there's a lot of tea. There's a lot of tea to get into.
Of tea. I know y'all miss us because it's been a while, but it's been a while because y'all miss us.
Exactly.
Like, there's tea to be told.
What's going on with you? How have you been?
I've been good. What's going on with you? How you been?
It's like we looking at each other like, who's going to say it first?
No, who's going to drop the tea first? No, I think your tea is more hot.
No, your tea is piping, but we'll just get into it. So as y'all know, yesterday I announced that your girl is expecting baby number 2. And this feels so weird to talk about on the camera. I haven't talked about this yet because we pre-record our episodes. So this is literally nostalgic. Like, I remember last year going through this same situation. But
what
I feel
did
like
it give at the time? Like, take us back to yesteryear.
But I think that last year, like, it was completely different though, because it was like a lot of fear.
Yeah.
There was a lot of anxiety attached to it. And now I'm just very happy and I'm so
Yes.
excited.
Yes.
And we're expecting baby number 2, y'all.
Oh my goodness, the family is growing.
No, the family is growing and
That
it needs to
You said that.
slow down, please. But yeah, I'm super excited. Javon's excited. And by the time you guys see this, we will have already been back from our trip to Hawaii, but we
Yes.
haven't gone yet. So we're super excited to take that trip and actually celebrate our 1 year of being married. Speaking of
marriage, I'm engaged.
Yo, my sister is engaged.
I feel like it just looks good on me.
No, it looks amazing on you, Eva.
Yeah.
Eva has always gave wife though.
Yeah.
Like literally from the day I met you, you just have such like a nurturing essence about you.
Yeah.
And I know this is something you've wanted for so long, so I'm
know.
so happy. How do you feel?
I feel spoken for, y'all. Like, I just feel like I'm off the market.
You're off the market, like literally.
It's so nice because it's always like the next step. But then engagement is so exciting because you're about to be married. Like, you're not married yet, but you're about to. It's coming up, and everyone starts looking at you differently. Like, my family's already speaking to me differently. I'm getting all the auntie advice. Like, it's crazy. I'm gonna be somebody's wife. Like,
what do you think the biggest transition is going to be from being a single woman to a married woman for you?
What do you mean, like transition in like
As
self
in just,
or like in my relationship?
I think in self and in relationships, because
Okay.
you definitely change within relationships when you get married. Let's do relationships. How do you think that's going to change?
I feel like it becomes more serious.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it's only one day out here and I'm already saying this, but
It's
it
a
just
week.
becomes
Give
more,
her the benefit of the doubt.
you know what I mean? It just becomes more serious. I
Yeah.
feel like, okay, like we've said we're doing this, like we're taking the steps before our family, before God. Like, I don't know. I just feel like my fiance said, like, it's a little more respect and authority. And that's not a bad thing to like admit.
That's what Javon said last year. He was like, when somebody is married, there's just a different, and let me say this because some people be married and it's still very questionable, but there's just like a different perspective on them, right? Because you have the capability to commit to something. Now, I'm saying some people be married and this don't be the case. But especially within business, Javon was talking about within business, like you're working with somebody and they're married, you kind of have like a trust that you wouldn't have. And it's not like somebody who's single is shady, but it's just like,
it shows that they've already like taken on commitment in their life.
Because marriage is hard.
It's duty, and they've signed up for that. So, you know, like they're gonna commit to something and see it through, baby, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But I'm engaged, Maya. Like, just think about it. That is so
we
crazy.
just need to marinate.
Let it just sit in our spirit.
Oh my God, Eva, and you don't understand. I have been, of course, on TikTok, but for some reason I'm on African TikTok now. I don't know how I got there, but
Maya,
I don't want to leave.
Spirit. Like, everybody already knows.
That's what
TikTok
I'm saying.
knows we're about to be those girls in Cameroon. Like, just think about this. Picture this. Maya, take Cameroon with the lace, with the head wrap.
I want the head wrap.
You're
what
getting
is the head wrap called?
A head wrap. Like, come on. We're gonna wrap it up. Like, come on. I feel like different villages call it different things, but it's a head wrap, and we have different styles. I'm pretty sure you've seen the Nigerian styles.
I want like the
big drama around the block. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do the same thing. I can't wait to see my fiance, my husband, to be in his little
in the traditional wear.
In the traditional wear, because it's giving Cameroon meets United States.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's giving culture. I always forget that. Like, I speak a whole language that my fiance doesn't.
Yes.
I have, like, we're from two different places, from across the world, coming together one purpose.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. I'm so lit for this wedding. Like, I'm so, Genesis gonna be
just
throwing the flowers. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations. I'm so excited for you and just on this journey. And I think it's beautiful within friendships when you get to transition into different seasons of people's lives. Like you saw me go through a lot of changes last year. Now being able to watch you go through those same changes, I'm so excited.
And then we're going to collide. That's what I was telling you. Remember, like, our friendship is going to, we've been growing so much. Like, we've added in business. We're gonna grow our families together. Like, our children are gonna play with each
literally
other. Like, come on, it gives. I love it.
And when you think about it, like, it seems like kids are far apart when they're young because like months matter. Like Genesis is 9 months, but in retrospect,
Girl,
like our kids like 1 to 2 years apart. Like that's so close in age.
It's all like one child basically.
Yes.
It's gonna be so fun, and I love children, so it's like
and you're so good with kids.
Yes.
Yay.
And then Genesis is gonna be a big sister. Like the whole thing just gives.
And so we are at a very pivotal moment in our lives. We're transitioning.
Yeah.
Before we get into our topic, and we are talking about family because it's only right with all of this stuff that's happening in our lives. We want to do our Bible trivia. I know y'all were cracking up at the last one. It's only right. Honestly, I may be a little rusty. I ain't read my Bible in a week now, y'all. So
oh my goodness. Okay.
It may be giving rust, but Lord, please help me.
Let's give it up to the producers in the building again.
Producers, plural. We got 2 here today. Thank you.
What I mean?
The team is growing.
Question number 1 is, okay, what golden image did the Israelites make at Mount Sinai?
What golden image did the Israelites make at Mount Sinai?
So they didn't give enough context, so context. What was that? What did they make that made God mad? And Moses got mad at him.
Baal.
No.
Wasn't it the calf, the golden calf?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not Baal? I thought Baal was a golden calf.
Baal?
Like some idol.
I feel like, are there beginners questions? Because like sometimes
the golden calf.
We still in the Old Testament. Okay, let's see.
Okay, what was Baal though? Wasn't Baal a golden calf or a golden cow?
It was like
a ram or something?
It was just like a god, like a.
Oh, I thought the symbol was like a ram, but regardless.
Right.
Oh wow.
Okay. Eva, you should know this one. I won't put you on black. Who was the first king of Israel?
Does it start with an S?
Yes.
King Saul?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to whisper it. You heard me whisper, I'm like, King Saul? I've been wrong before, y'all.
Yay.
Okay. No, that's too easy. Okay. Name the city that Jesus was born in.
Jesus was born in...
If you watch The Chosen, you would know.
I don't need to watch The Chosen to know he was born in Bethlehem.
Okay.
Because I always say Jesus of Bethlehem. I always say that.
Okay. Okay, that's too easy. Okay.
Because my heart is pumping. Is your heart pumping? I'm like, I'm in class.
When the teacher calls on
No,
you.
literally. Like, I read the book, I promise.
Okay. See, once we get into the Gospels, it's like these are.
Cause that's why I'm like, give me the Old Testament, like, cause that's where you really like anybody can read the Gospels,
Right? Because you should at least get the first part out of it.
Okay.
Let's do a couple more.
Yeah, we gotta go into Old Testament because it's getting too easy. Okay, here's one. How much bread and fish did Jesus use to feed the 5,000 people?
It was 2 fish
Okay.
and 5 bread. 5 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Who been eating this one?
Not the little sneak answer.
Okay. Maya.
Okay.
Significant too.
Okay.
What did Jesus do at the Last Supper to his disciples?
Oh, did y'all do this when y'all got married?
What did he do? Wash his feet. Wash their feet.
Right.
When y'all got married,
We
remember y'all did that? That was so cute. I love that.
Because it really just gave.
Serve.
Servitude. Yes. All right, let's do one more.
All right, one more. Let's make it good. This is tough. What is the third commandment?
Oh.
What's the first one? Let's start there.
Okay. All right, we're gonna. This is the last question. Let's make it work. What's the name the first 3 commandments in order?
There will be no other God other than me, your Lord.
That one is which one? Though?
That's the first one, right? There's no God. That's not the first commandment?
Nope.
You shall have no other God above me?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay.
That has to be the first one.
That's the first.
Right.
All right, number 2 is thou shalt not
Honor your mother and father?
That's later.
kill.
That's also later.
Love one another? Love your neighbor?
Yeah. Love one another.
Dang.
That's later too.
The second, I think just having the first one down
It's
is really
just
just a
solid.
long way, yeah.
The second one, you just said it with the why did this what the Israelites did that made God and Moses mad in the first
Oh,
place?
thou shalt not serve any other God, right? That's what you.
False idols, yeah, shall not make.
So wait,
false
what's number 1?
So you shall have no other gods before me.
Okay,
and
okay.
You shall not make
Idols.
So he broke it down to 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then the third then.
Just give us a little hint.
What is it? Start with, all right, what's the key word? Is it kill, steal, destroy? Like, what is it?
Do not misuse the name of the Lord.
Yeah,
Okay,
you said-
so we were far off.
Okay,
we'll
boom.
revisit this next week.
Yeah, no, that was definitely solid.
Mother and father, that's fit.
Okay.
Okay, that's down the line.
Murder is 6.
I need to memorize these, child.
I feel like if you just stick to loving your neighbor and loving God, you basically gonna do everything.
It wraps everything. No, that is actually what he said.
Yeah,
It wraps everything into one. So, okay, we got somewhere.
we got somewhere. We're doing good. We're
We're
progressing.
improving every week.
Are we really Christians?
No, seriously. So this week we are just talking about the family unit as a whole.
Yeah.
And what that means to us, what that means to God, how we can win with the family unit, because really it's designed to make you win. And when you lack in some area of your family, we see where there can be like a lot of cracks and what that can result in. So my brain is like scrambled eggs right now.
But
I'm going to need you to take it away.
What about family do you think makes it win? Because it can't just be the art of having the family itself. So, like, what do you think about the family aspect makes an individual win in life?
Everything about an individual develops within their, like, them growing and developing starts with, we're just gonna need to pray.
I think the person that you have to become in that family, because you play a role in your family. Like, as an adult, going off, starting your own family, you keep growing and you keep having to show up in different ways. So even when you, before being married and before having Genesis and everything, the Maya that you were then versus now, think of all the blessings that you've had along the way. I don't think like just having that ring on your finger made you have those blessings, but it developed you, it molded you to be like maybe a little bit more focused, a little bit more driven, a little bit more teamwork with your husband, and then you get all these fruits because it's 2 heads, not just one. It just makes you a better person altogether, I really feel like.
And I think when you have 2 strong individuals running the household, the husband and the wife, and the environment that they can create for their children, that is what I love about family. You know, like creating a healthy environment for your child to grow, to thrive, creating them opportunities. Like, that's what I love about the family unit. I think an individual learns everything about the world from their family.
Yeah.
Majority of what they learn is what they see in the house, what they
Yes.
see on a daily. So when you create an environment that's cohesive to learning, to growing, to being patient, to love, that allows somebody to now go into the world and to take those same exact characteristics and apply that to day-to-day life.
Exactly.
And when we see brokenness within the family, and when we see where things lack within the family, we also see where that shows up in day-to-day life.
Yeah. And I think this may sound like a foreign concept today, which is so bizarre because family is literally the building blocks of society. Like it's always been that way for time and time again. It was always built around family.
Yep.
And even God promotes family.
Yes.
Like he wants you to be in a family. He wants you to be in union with him in your family. And now I guess you don't see the family unit. Like you remember, did you ever see that meme that's like, you just don't get the grandmas with the
Right.
with the elbows.
The
no
grandmas
more.
want to be at the club.
No, literally, like, grab the switch and the whole nine. Like, you don't get that family reunion aspect. Like, how you just went to Ohio and all of your husband's family was together. Like, that doesn't really happen too much when we all get together off of the respect of one person, like the grandmother that started
the
all
matriarch.
these kids here. And that's just beautiful for me because I still have a very big African culture. Like, I'm fresh in the U.S., so it's like, I'm really not from here. I flew here and I grew here.
Okay.
So we just had a family reunion on the phone. Like, there was a little tiny issue, like a little misunderstanding with cousins and aunts, something. We all got on the phone. We was on there for 2-3 hours just talking it out. They brought food. It was just crazy because we value family.
What is a big difference you've seen from American culture and African culture when it comes to family?
The word itself, family.
Ooh.
I think family means like just two different things.
Completely different things.
And I think positively and negatively, because even as Africans, like, they can do the worst to you and you just kind of have to take it because it's family. So that's like the negative side of it. Americans don't play that. Like, you will get cut off. But at the same time, we really value family. Like, I don't remember one person in my family that had a baby and wasn't bombarded with like a million guests and food and cooking and cleaning for like 3 months straight. You don't go through things by yourself.
Wow. And
ever.
especially, let's talk about the Black community and what I was watching a documentary on crack actually yesterday, and it's really significant because seeing what that drug did to the Black household was so tragic. Like, it literally ripped apart the Black family. You see somebody who went to work every day, who was successful, who was disciplined, who was driven, and then this substance meant from the enemy to steal, kill, and destroy, and it did exactly that within the Black household. And you've seen exactly how Black mothers reacted to that, and when they would get hooked on it, and how everything would crumble. Like, we talk about how women are like the backbone of their household, and that's so true. And when that's ripped away from a family, what that does is like detrimental.
And the enemy wants to break away family. Like, he wants to remove the head of the household from the household because then everything is destroyed. So you already being tricked into believing that you don't need that family unit. Like, perfect. Like, the devil is like, great, good job, sis. Like, you're doing great already because you've already broken the family for yourself before even he had to step in. So things come. When I think about the crack epidemic and all that stuff, it's really crazy because even with welfare, prison, like, it just all happened back to back, and you can see family, like, the whole goal was for family to be broken, and the horrible effect that it has on us today. Like, this, I think I can say that America is not like I don't think it's a family-based country
But
anymore.
let's talk about how that's not always how it was, though.
No.
Let's go back to slavery and how the family unit
Girl,
was.
If we were like this during slavery, let me not even say nothing crazy, but we would not have been able to get through slavery if it wasn't for the family union. Because, like, what do you mean? We're so divided right now. Think about it, right? That's
But we talk about how a house divided can never prosper. And I feel like we are very divided as a Black community. And not even talking just about the family unit, but the Black community in general is extreme. I have really, let's get into it, because there's a whole page called The Shade Room, literally meant to destroy Black people, to hate on Black people, to make Black people hate on each other. Like, it's designed to divide the Black community.
It's really weird. I think it's also even more weird with my perspective as an immigrant, because I feel like when I see another Cameroonian person, just off of the base of us both being Cameroonian, like, we already like, okay, bet. Black people don't do that with each other naturally. There's so many, like, there's so much division versus like, I don't know if it's because I'm an immigrant here, but I don't see too much like unity on certain things. Like,
and that's correct.
you know what I mean? Or even just not even on a big scale, just even in your own community, like show up. If something is going on in your kid's school, like walk in there and say something. It's not too cool. Like, you're not too cool to do that, for example. Like, just showing up for the community. When I think about like back in the day, men would probably get together and like talk about the issues in the community, how they're gonna fix it. Like, that's so
Yes,
that's so nice,
but
and
they
powerful,
really were,
you know?
though. They really were, though.
I'm like, MLK was not getting hookah on the weekends. Like, come on. He was
hookah on the weekend. But literally
he was in the nearest town hall meeting.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what we're gonna do.
But we're trying to be in. We're trying to be with the hookahs of it all. Like, that's crazy, Eva.
Yeah.
What?
But we're bringing it back. We're bringing family back.
And that's what I'm saying. So how do we, what makes, not even as an individual, but what units make a family household strong? Is it the grandmas? I've seen like in I'm pretty sure in your culture, like, isn't that a thing where grandmas come in and they help out?
For sure. Because you're not going to get to be that grandma if you didn't want to be a mom first and the whole nine. Like, I think women have like such a strong place in society and in families. And it's time for us to stand up. Like, I think it all starts with that, because
wow,
why would grandma sit there and give everything for her kids and try to talk to us? Like, why did she have that position?
I love the Bible verse that says a woman can either be a crown to your head or cancer to your bones.
Boom.
Because what?
That's the power that we hold, and it's time to like recognize that power and do good with it. Have great impact. It's for your own family. Like,
and do you know what I hate? How like toxicity within relationships, especially within like the family unit, whether it's a baby mom, a baby dad, or a husband or a wife or a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and how that is now like cute. Like choking somebody out is cute.
The way I'm just so
calling the police every week is cute.
That's boring.
That's insane to me.
That's crazy. That's not normal.
No, and that's what I'm saying. When did that become normal?
It doesn't even, I think really just even being off social media is just, you're not preview to all those things. Like, you're really not supposed to know that much. I don't think I'm supposed to know what's happening with like everybody in the world. I should only know the people that I know in real life. I truly feel that way, because now I'm only surrounded with people. I feel like all my friends and family have similar values and morals and all that good stuff. So it's like none of that crazy stuff just even be happening. I don't want to hear about that. And then sometimes you are on social media and then you see all these things. Social media has a way of magnifying the minority. Like, this is not how most people live their lives. The fast, toxic, crazy life, like most relationships and most marriages do not go like that. So it has a way of magnifying like such a small group of people that the mass thinks like, this is how it's living. This is what relationships are about, and then they don't want to partake in it. That's not what a relationship is like. It's not the shade room. It's not ghetto miss. It's just not, none of that.
You guys know that Javon and I actually conceived before we got married. And then we got married, I think I was like 6 months pregnant or something along those lines. My question to you is, why do you think it's so important to be married before you bring children into this world? Because I want to give my perspective as well. Because
I think you should give your perspective first, because you went through it.
Yeah, I very much went through it. Like, I think I saw where there can be so many cracks when you are just not under covenant with God, right? When you become under covenant with God, there's like this firm foundation. Marriage is a forever thing. Like me and Javon said, there's no, like, divorce is not in our vocabulary. That's not a thing at all. Right. And I think when things aren't solidified in that aspect, and then you bring the stress of kids, because kids are stressful. The babies is cute, but they are stressful. And when it comes down to you guys are arguing and you guys are having disagreements and you have no foundation, it seems like there's easy ways to get out. Yeah. And that's never something I wanted for my children. Yeah. So Javon and I knew that, okay, you know what? We did mess up. We made this mistake, but now it's not about us. Yeah. We have brought life into this world, and it is our duty to make sure that they grow up in a healthy household with a father and a mother that are husband and wife, and that's period.
Because more than y'all being mothers and fathers, your child getting to experience that wife and husband life is so important. Like, it was so nice to see my parents kissing all throughout my childhood, because then I know that's normal. I know affection is a thing, and it's like, you don't know how, obviously, you know, there's unfortunate circumstances, and you can end up single and a single parent.
Yep.
And that is so sad, but that's nothing to aspire to. And that's nothing to tell yourself from the beginning, like, it could happen. I'm fine with that. You should not be fine with that, because your child deserves more.
Yes.
And they need that representation.
Yes.
And just because you didn't have it, the Bible says that God puts lonely people in families.
Yes.
So you can create that
Yes.
for yourself. And
I
for the
love
people,
that verse. That's
you
like
know,
one of my favorite
it's so
verses.
comforting.
That's one of my favorite verses.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Eva, that's so true.
It is. And you're the walking example of it.
Exactly. And I grew up, I never saw my mom and dad being husband and wife. They divorced when I was like 2. I never even knew what it was like for them to be together.
Yeah.
And seeing that division and the stress and the tension and the pressure that could create, I never, ever, ever wanted that for my child.
Yeah.
So, and that doesn't go to say, you know, there are some marriages that are extremely toxic. And just because you're married doesn't mean you have a healthy marriage.
Speaking of how you grew up and those differences, I think seeing how my mom was just the best wife like that I could have witnessed. And I think it's so helpful, because when I get to be a wife, I literally have goals of being like my mom. Like, and I think my fiance hopes I can be like my mom a little bit, but it's so nice. And now that they're celebrating 35 years of marriage, that's about to be you and Javon. You're going to blink and you're going to be that elder couple that's like giving advice
And that's
to
what
the
I
kids.
want. That's
Isn't
what we're
that
going to have.
crazy?
That's
But
what
y'all
we're
in
gonna
year
have.
1 going to Hawaii.
Yes, we are year 1. And when I say this first year flew by, and people say like the first year of marriage is the toughest, like that's very subjective, because this was a great year for us. Like,
Thank you.
This was a great
Maya,
year for us.
I always know those quotes. It's to whom it applies
Okay.
to. Like, it's not for everybody.
No, seriously.
And it depends on outlook. Someone else would have had your year and cried maybe. Like, you're just a strong woman.
Yes, it
And
always
you're-
is about
yeah.
your perspective. Very much perspective. So we are approaching 1 year. I will definitely say the things that we learned that work for, I think, any marriage, because these are just really good principles in general, is like communication is key. Like when you get communication down, everything else will fall into place. That's going to go into your finances. That's going to go into your sex life. That's going to go into everything else. Like the main reasons people get divorced, lack of communication, finances, nobody's discussing the finances, and then their sex life.
Yeah.
Like whatever that may
one.
mean. You know what I mean? Those are very important for
Those are big
marriage. Like
ones.
those are really big ones. And I feel like when we really got our communication down, everything else fell into place for us.
And the good thing about communication that I learned through therapy is like, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's just the system that has to work for y'all too. So you having to change certain things about yourself doesn't mean like you were doing it wrong before.
Yes.
And I think having such an open mind to always like, I feel like you strive for the best relationship ever. Like you want to have that best communication.
Yes.
And you're going to do everything that it takes. And that's the energy that I'm all about. Like, hey, Jen Jen.
Hi, Tua.
Oh my gosh. She's so excited. Javon, you just know that's your twin. Like, you are
Oh my God. They do look alike. Like, it's crazy now. I don't know why. I
the
haven't seen it.
same. She has your cheeks, I feel like, though. Hawaii, what is it giving?
Hawaii's giving a Maui. It's giving island gal. It's giving ocean. This is actually this is my first real vacation. Like,
This is your honeymoon, basically.
basically the honeymoon. This is crazy. No, I'm so excited. I just want to chill. Like, I'm a type of girl when I go on vacation, like, I love an itinerary, but I also need to like
Go with the flow.
breathe,
Yeah.
woosah, sit on the beach for an hour if I want to, go to the spa.
Massages,
You know, like, I don't want to just be
Wake up at 6.
No.
Bus. Mountain bike hike. Right. Like, what is happening? That is definitely me, though. Like, I just need to eat first. I just gotta
Yes. Like, I'm
eat
not
on
about to stress
vacation.
myself out over this.
I can just eat and beach and, like, I'm good.
Exactly.
And
So,
bomb pictures.
and bomb pictures. I'm
But
looking forward
see,
to
you
it.
have Javon. He doesn't mind taking pictures. To
Javon
whom it
loves
may
pictures.
concern if you're listening. My fiance. Oh my gosh. I want the vacation shots. I know you're going to give it.
Yes. But honestly, like, it's been, as this pregnancy progresses, it's like very questionable.
But that's your best time. Remember how you were glowy right about this time with Genesis?
Yeah. And I feel like my first pregnancy was my best.
Do you know what I think it is? I think you're having a boy.
Girl, it's gotta be, because I'm like, something's gotta
No, it's so different. Like, you couldn't be more.
It is
it so
literally different. Yes. I feel like with Genesis, like, I was just super like, oh, I can do anything still. I'm pregnant. And I'm like, I'm pregnant.
Hiking the mountains.
No, I was hiking mountains. I was doing everything under the sun. Now I'm like, if I get up today, that's
But then again, you're taking care of a baby while being pregnant.
Yeah,
that's the biggest difference.
That's the difference.
Before you were just pregnant.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this one right here.
Oh my
crazy
goodness.
girl.
A little baby in the stroller and one on your hip. I love that. Time is flying, Maya. Like, I know we just always say that, but wow.
When's our friendversary?
It passed and you didn't say nothing.
When was it?
It was in March.
Was it actually in March?
It was.
2 Marches ago? 3 Marches ago?
What do you mean?
Like 1 March ago?
What do you mean 1 March ago?
Like what year?
Oh, it made 2 years this year. Yeah. I'm keeping track. What's your anniversary? Do you know off the top of your head?
What?
Your anniversary?
What, my wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
May 7th.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What is the 1 year of marriage tip for the gworlls? I'm newly engaged. Like, help me out. What do you got for me?
Well, back to the communications.
Okay.
I feel like I hit it with the communication.
Really?
Wait, let me ask you a question. Okay. What are you looking forward to as you approach your new chapter of being a wife? What is something you're excited about?
I'm looking for, oh my God, I was gonna say babies, but let's put the other side. I'm excited to experience myself as a wife because I've always like talked it up and what I think it's gonna be like. And I guess obviously I'm thinking of just all the good parts. So I'm almost like ready for like to be a wife. Like I've been praying. Like I'm one of those people, like I want to serve my husband. Like I want to be able to be the backbone of my family. Like I know the weight that I'm going to hold, like my mood and all that good stuff. Like I just can't wait to be that girl. Like it really just gives that girl.
I love that for you. We always hear about like a lot of women kind of idolizing marriage, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this carrot that's dangled in front of them. And once they get it, everything will
like,
be
woo.
perfect. My question to you is, how do I want to word this in a way that makes sense?
I want to word it how the Holy Spirit is telling me.
You know what I mean? A lot of women, like, almost in a way idolize marriage. And it's like this carrot dangled in front of them. And once they obtain it, everything will be perfect. As we know, like, that's just not true.
No.
And I think sometimes we forget that you have to be a wife before you are a wife.
Okay.
And what are things that you have done to be a wife before you were a wife? Because he who finds a wife finds a good thing, not he who finds a girlfriend. Makes her a baby mama,
turns into side chick. Well, there's a lot going on. I think, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm just that girl. Like this is gonna sound really bad, but I think I'm very like nurturing.
Yes,
I'm
you
very
are
loyal.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
very like helpful. I'm a helpmate. Like I really
Yes,
think of like
helpmate.
how to make my man's life a little bit easier just with the little things. I like to serve people. Like I serve my friends. I serve my family. Like how I am with my parents makes me feel like I'm going to be a really, really good wife because I feel like I already have that respect thing down. I love learning. Like I don't look at marriage as like the end all be all. My mom was reminding me like, girl, this is where it starts. I was like, girl, I know. I guess I'm excited about that.
Yes.
This is the beginning of it all. So I'm ready to put in the work.
Yes.
You know?
Very much put in the work.
And then I've seen my friends put in the work in their first year of marriage. It's a beautiful thing altogether.
Shout out Tony. Our other married sis.
Tony and Miguel. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I feel like if you're trying to just only get the good parts out of stuff, then you're just missing the whole point. Like I'm excited for the challenges and all that good stuff. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's transition into our comment section because y'all been talking and we about to get into
Let's get into the comments.
Meet us in the comments. We are headed to the comment section to see what the girls have been talking about. Let's get into it.
Because the girls always talk. All right. We are in the comment section. Let's get into it. Thank you guys for commenting. We appreciate the conversation and the questions y'all are bringing in. Okay, boom. So Rena says, people need to understand that when they accept God, God makes your life better because he is with you. That doesn't mean your life will be easier. It just means you're going to have peace in the chaos. From our boundaries episode.
I love that because that's so, so true. Like, I think also when you give your life to Christ is when you start to have your eyes open to spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And with spiritual warfare comes like attacks in different areas that you never saw possible because you're not open to the spirit realm.
Yeah.
And what we have to understand, though it can be scary, you have to understand your protection and the power of God's word and the power of God himself, who is now walking with you, who is now within you. So if God is within you, then no weapon formed against you is going to prosper.
It's going to form.
It's going to form, but it will not prosper.
And even back to marriage, because ever since we've been engaged, my mom has been really good about telling me, or even just cousins of mine that have already been married, telling me to start praying over our marriage in advance, because since, you know, the enemy does not want that family unit, it starts just attacking and just weird things start showing up. And if you're not ready to combat that and identify like, hold on. You know, we have spiritual warfare going on here, whatever. It can come in your relationship.
And to cover your marriage with prayer. That is so important because, again, the enemy's plot is to kill, steal, and destroy. Yeah. And if he can kill the family unit, he can break so many things that they never even have the time to bloom or to prosper or to harvest. So, you got to pray over it.
You can find peace through the storms because you're still going to have storms.
Period.
I like that. Thank you, Rena. All right. On to...
Oh, me and Javon were actually talking about this. So our supporter, Elida, said, one thing I love about African music is that it's not always sexualized, filled with vulgar language, and a lot of women being sexualized. It's just good beats and random lyrics most of the time. I love it here. I love that.
It's all vibes. It's praise. It's like, you're the most beautiful woman. I want to spend all my money on you. Like, I want to provide. African music is lit.
Yes.
None of
but that
weird
goes
stuff.
to show, like, the difference of American culture and African culture.
Yes. Do you see how CNN keeps trying to make their way to Africa, asking politicians all kinds of questions, and he keeps telling them, stay in America with that stuff? Like, we don't have the problems over here.
I love that.
We are about family over here. We're good. We're good over here.
America hates family. That's crazy to me.
But yeah, even our club music, if you actually listen to the words, it's all vibes, all enjoyment, like nothing bad. I love that.
I love that for us, for you. I am now part of it as well.
But girl, why are you not claiming your roots?
Okay.
We're gonna get an email question as well.
We're gonna be keeping our girl's name anonymous, but she's a very much girl. She said, "Hi, my name is very much girl. I'm from Kenya. I wish I had a way to send you an audio. I feel like I would express myself more. Anyways, I'm 21 currently. I'm saved, but I'm still learning how to navigate it because every day comes with new demons. But honestly, getting saved, I thought I would automatically fix my addictions and they just disappear. I didn't know how much harder it was going to be because the devil already knows I'm fully accepted by God. And I'm a child of God, so he just keeps making the temptation stronger. So I'm addicted. No, I want to say I was because in my head I've already overcome it.
Okay.
And God has won the battle for me. So I was addicted to self-gratification, and it's something I'm really struggling with. And the fact that I have a boyfriend who recently also just got saved, but we struggle so much with fornication, so I feel like I'm at a crossroad. I'm praying and trying to do my best to get the phase past me, and my boyfriend is also struggling with us abstaining, but I wanted to ask if you had any advice on how it could get easier and how to avoid it, because I don't want this thing that gives me so much guilt to continue to keep me from my blessing. Please reply if you get the time. Thank you for your vulnerability, girl. That is definitely real. Like, we all go through things and we all struggle with certain things, so just to be aware that you're struggling, you're on a good track.
First step.
I think what we forget when we come into relation with Christ is your mind is now renewed, right? But it's a daily renewal.
Okay.
And it's not just you give your life to Christ and you become this new creation. Day by day, month by month, and year by year, God is doing a new thing within you. But that also means that day by day, month by month, year by year, you have to renew your mind in Christ every single day.
Yep.
I will also tell you to know scriptures that pertain to what you're dealing with. If you're dealing with sexual sin, you need to go into the word, find scriptures that deal with that, and know them in the back of your, like,
Keep
the back
it
of your
with
hand.
you. Write
Keep
it down.
it with you, because you're you have these weapons forming against you, and you need to also have a weapon that combats it.
Yep.
So when these thoughts come into your mind, when these desires come into your mind, you need to say your prayers, but you also need to speak to that thing, because you have power now within you, because God is within you. You need to speak to that thing and tell them who your God is. Sometimes we're so scared telling God what our problems are, when you need to tell your problems who God is and the power of him. So have your scriptures on deck, ready to go, combating the enemy, and also renew your mind in who Christ says you are, because you were also living a life that was not under Christ and not under Christ's law. So you had a different mindset of who you are. You're now renewed in Christ and you're a new being. So you need to understand what that means and who you are in this new season of your life.
And let go of the mistakes you already made. Like, don't let that hold you up. Just let it go and choose better each day. And you can do better.
Yes.
Yeah. You got this, girl. Well, all right.
Okay, the Very Much Girls have done it again.
We've done it again.
Trekked along this
It's
road.
3 Very Much Girls and a Very Much Boy.
Yes.
Is it a boy, girl? I don't know. What y'all think?
I wouldn't mind 2 girls, to be honest.
I know you
The
would.
more videos I see of little boys, I'm like, y'all can keep them. Keep them boys.
No, my new
shade,
nephew
no
is
tea.
so cute. You would love a boy. Because I feel like the boy would look just like you, since Genesis took Javon's. Absolutely.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for coming in and just spending some time with us.
Yes.
Make sure to comment below and also send some advice questions to the Very Much Podcast email so we can make sure to answer them on our next episode.
And we're going to get into the comments. So keep leaving comments. We're going to answer them as we go.
Yes, so we love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next episode.